Alright, hey guys, welcome to another tutorial. This time we're going to be looking at some event missions. This is kind of similar to the supply drop missions, well, events that pop up from time to time on the server. Like after so long, you'll get a little supply box that'll spawn in or parachute down, and people normally go to that, and there's normally various loots in there. But yeah. This one, though, is a money drop, supply drop. So yeah, let's have a look. So first thing you're going to do is head to my Dropbox, and you're going to download this folder right here. In that folder, you're going to have all this on the right hand side. I have put some pictures up as well, just so you can see. Just drag that over. There we go. What it will do is it will come up with some yellow circles. These are 500 meter circles. They will spawn within 500 meters of a airfield. So you know, we've got various airfields on here. So yeah, it will spawn 500 meters away from an airfield, and within this circle, not directly in the middle, but within this circle, there will be a crate. This is the bigger crates of all of them. It's the one that you would normally see on missions and stuff, not the flat ones but the big tall ones, so they do stand out. It will be somewhere in these circles. I mean, if I go through the pictures, I've put a thing in the middle just to state where the middle is, but this is where I found the crate over on the side. It does vary in spots of where it is. One time I have found it directly in the middle, other times it's been at various other locations. Obviously I flew around and found the box, and inside the box was money. But yeah, we will get to that in a moment. There is also a Linus rubber ducks as well, which you can put in there, and I will come to this in a little bit. So right, here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is head to your server, wherever that is installed. Mine is on my H drive today. I'm using my Chinaris Redux one again, and yeah. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to head to your server, the server folder on the right hand side, and so in your main directory here as well, you're going to head to your @exile server. We're going to go in add-ons, and then you're going to unpack these two folders here. So your exile server and your exile server config. I've got them both unpacked right here, and what you're going to do now is go into your we're going to start in the exile server one, which is this one right here. We're going to go in there, we'll click into this one here as well, and we've got two things that we need to do in here. So the first thing we'll do is we'll head into the bootstrap, and we'll go into the bootstrap on this one as well, and as you can see, we've got two files that are exactly the same. Do not just go ahead and copy this over to here, because this already has things in it, and you need to add whatever is in this file here into this file here. You will be surprised. Right, so I'm going to open this with Notepad++, and here you see a money drop line. We're going to copy this, drop that down. We're going to head over to this one here, the preal in it. We're going to head right down to the bottom, and we are going to add this in. I've added it in here, as you can see. I didn't put the two little the little sign up the top. It doesn't matter if you put that on, it still works exactly the same. But yeah, just go ahead and drop that in. You can drop it in on the last line if you want. I don't really know why I put it there. Maybe I added these after, can't remember. But yeah. So yeah, just go ahead and drop that in. If you do it on the last line, just obviously go to the last line, hit enter, and paste it in. I'll just show you quick so you can see. If I just make this a little bit bigger, there we go. And there you go. It will say money drop. I'm not going to obviously put that in there now because I've got it in there already, and that'd just be stupid. Obviously, once you've done that, press save. You can now exit out of that one because that one is now done. We can go back, and you go. We're going to go to the code. So we're going to go into the code. This part here, we are going to copy this file, and we're going to paste it into the code. I've already got mine in here somewhere. Obviously I've made sure all this works, so I know it's definitely in there. Just go ahead and copy and paste that straight into there. Once you've done that, come back, repack the PBO, so right click, go down to PBO manager and top link. Obviously bear in mind, just go ahead and make an originals file in here as well. Just right click, new folder, and call it originals, and go ahead and just stick that your previous folder in there, just in case you did fuck up somewhere. At least you've got something to revert back to just in case, and then you can go through the steps again. Right, so on to the next part. That part is now done on that one. So now we're going to come across here, and we have got the exile server config. So we're going to head into there, and this would be the exile server config. So we're going to go into there, and do the same with this one as well, and it's going to give us this here. So it says class events, and then all of this. What you're going to do here is you are going to head to class events. So if we just put this over to the right hand side a minute, there we go. Right, we're going to head all the way down to the bottom, and you're just going to scroll up a little bit until you get to class events. If you don't want to do this, then obviously just go to search class events, and yeah, you'll head straight down here. And right, so next thing you're going to do is, if we just make this bigger second, there we go. Right, so this is our config.cpp of our main file, and this is what we will be pasting in here. Right, so what you're going to do first is up the top here you have the money drop in the brackets. You're going to copy that, and you are going to place that at the front of the enable events. So you're going to put it in there. Don't forget to put a dash in between. Obviously there's no dash up the top here on the right hand side, because there's nothing else added in the bar. Obviously just make sure it looks kind of similar to my bar here, of how you would put it in. Okay, so make sure there is a dash in between. Okay, right, next thing you do is you are going to come across to the right hand side again over here, and you are going to go from class money drop all the way down to the bottom. We're going to copy, and then from underneath earthquake you're going to click on the end line here, hit enter twice and paste. It will paste all the money drop part into here, like you can see here. It's right here, and then you've got supply box, which will probably be underneath yours as well if it's similar to mine. Yeah, so this is the money drop part. So every 27 minutes, for a max time of 29 minutes, I think that is, the box will spawn in, or I think that it will be there for 29 minutes. I'm not totally sure about this. Obviously this is your radius of the drop radius, so within 500 meters and of an airport. The drop altitude, which is 100 meters, and the marker time 10 minutes. So maybe that is how long the crate is there for, 10 minutes. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm still playing around with this. So yeah, right. So the next thing you got down here is all the money drops itself. So you've got up to 7 money drops. Obviously you want people to go for these money drops, really, because so therefore you want to make it beneficial for the person. So with these monies, I've set these at 15,000 each. So there is 4 that comes in on drop 1. Obviously I've changed these as well. You can change these if you want to, like the different amounts. But yeah, where am I? I've lost my train of thought. Right, yeah. So yeah, you can change these if you want to more money, so it influences people more to go for the crates, because they are going to be paying out a lot more. But don't forget, obviously there's going to be a lot of PvP action there. As you can see down the bottom here, there is a rubber duck in here. I have set these at 750,000. So out of all these 7, out of one of these 7 will be a rubber duck that parachutes down at some point. So everybody's going to be thinking, "Whoa, 750k? That pays out more than a mission. I would rather go for that, but would I rather die at the same time?" But yeah, it just gives everybody a bit of a thing of you know, something different to do, really. I think this was originally from the Arma 2 days I was reading, so yeah, it's just something different, really. Obviously, bearing in mind as well, you want to set this to maybe 1, just then you've got minimum players online. Right, so that's that part done, really, guys. Go ahead and hit save. You can exit out of them 2 parts. We'll just make that small again. There we go. Right, we're going to head back out of this, repack this PBO. Don't forget to keep in originals just in case. And that is that part done. Right, your next part is we need to head to your MP missions folder and unpack your trusted PBO. Go ahead and keep an originals here as well, just in case you do fuck up. Then you've got something to revert back to. I'm going to be using my Chinaris Redux, and we're going to head back over here to the right hand side, and we are going to open up the readme missions. Right, this might look like a bit of a scuffle, whatever you want to call it, but right, I will walk you through this. So first thing we're going to do, because you need to implicate the rubber duck and the cup money, so yeah, you need to put these in. So even though it looks a bit maybe terrifying on this side, don't worry, it's pretty easy. So first thing we're going to do is the money part on the right hand side here. So we are going to head to our trader. This you could have, right, this is what people get confused with sometimes as well, like, because I have 2 ways of setting up my traders. Sometimes I will have my traders from my in my config file, or I will have them on here as well. I'm going to do a separate video on this just to show people the 2 different ways of doing this, but for argument's sake here, we've got our traders out here. I'll go in here, and here is all my cups and whatever else is on the server. I don't use all this, so you know, don't be thinking, oh my god, your server must be so cool, because I don't use all this. It's just in here ready and waiting for if I did need it. So right, what we're going to do first is obviously the cup money them. So we are going to head to cup units, and we're going to go in there, and we are going to go let's have a look. Yeah, so if we just open up these 2 parts, as you can see here, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add this part here, the class money, to the category. So we're going to make this, I've made a whole new line for this, so then when you go to the vendor, the little drop down arrows that you have at the top, that tells you what exactly is in the vendor. It will come up with cup money by itself, so you know, you don't have to go skylarking around and looking through 100 different items. So yeah, once you get down to backpacks or whichever part you want to, just go ahead, go to the last line and hit enter twice, and go ahead and paste that part in. Once you've done that, hit save, go back to the readme. We are going to now copy this part here, and we are going to head to the items list. This could be called prices for you, or whatever else. Yeah, this is just called items list. But yeah, what we're going to do here is head down to, where did I put it? Yep, I put it underneath headgear. You know, like I say, it doesn't really matter where you put this; it will just show up in your trader as normal. So we're just going to paste this in here. Obviously, I've already pasted it in here because I've made sure all this worked just before the video. But yeah, that's that part done. Go ahead and save, and that is that part done. So it wasn't that hard, really. So next thing we're going to do is, right, so here's where it might be different for you guys. Just get out of this one a sec. Right, for the rubber duck, if you have set your traders up the same as this one, where you have traders in here, then this is how you would add this. I will show you how to add it for the other one in a sec. So for the rubber duck, you're going to head to exile. you're going to head into, you're going to open up obviously both of these, and for the pricing one, you're going to copy, and I'm going to put that into, I think I put it, yeah, there we go. I put this into hardware, and obviously you can see all the prices there. You can configure these prices as well, but yeah, just go ahead and paste that into the hardware. Same with the rubber duck itself. You need to implicate this into your trader category, so go ahead and go down to hardware on here as well. So there we go. Bear in mind, don't forget, if you are copying this in, don't forget to go put a little dash there, comma, or whatever you want to call it, just to make sure that this obviously carries on and you don't have an error. If you miss that dash, you will have an error. So go ahead and save that. That is that part done for that. Okay, right, if you have done this, if you haven't got this trader box right here, and you've got, let me just bring up this server here that I've got. If you're which one? That one. Right, if your server is set up the same as this, and you have a customs folder and you've put your stuff inside of here, and obviously you haven't got a exile mod in here, so what you would do here is you would go to your config file. Let's bring that over to the middle, and you would head down to here. Obviously this is where people would normally just have this part, but you would have all this part. You would obviously this line here, you would implicate that into somewhere in here. So if you was you would want to look for the hardware. So yeah, so you'd end up putting it inside here. So I would, if it was me, I would copy this line here. Okay, can't copy it because I haven't selected it. Copy. Oops. I would go to the end of there. I would paste that in there. Obviously I can move that back just so it looked a bit neater. Oops. I would press save, and then I would, where's my readme? There it is. Then I would go to the rubber duck down here. Oh no, was it rubber duck? Yep, rubber duck. I would go to that. Then I would go back to my config file again, and I would go all the way down to the bottom area where, because this is where all your stuff is, and I would head to the, I've gone a bit too far, head to the trader, sorry, not trader, the hardware man, hardware, somewhere around here, tools, hardware, food, there we go, hardware. Right, so at the end of here I would put a dash, enter, and then I would control V. So the rubber duck would be in here. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen to show you, because you can't see me. Penis. Right, so that's that part done. So you would save, and that is it. That is how you guys would do that. Obviously that is like the two different ways of traders, like how you would do things. So if I just get out of that, so there's not too much on the screen. Obviously once you've done all this and you've put the stuff from the readme in there and whatnot, you'd go back, repack your PBO. I've already done it. I've already got my server on, so I can show you what I've got. Sorry, how it is. And yeah, so because this is rolling on for like 19 minutes now, let's have a quick look on the server. Obviously don't forget you've repacked PBO here. If we head into the trader, I don't think there's a mission. Oh, yep, see, there's a mission right here. So, sorry, not mission, the money drop. So, somewhere within this area is a box somewhere. Where it is, I have no idea. But it is in here somewhere. And it's up to you guys to look for it. Now, I'm just going to fly around for a second, see if I can see it. Never know, might be able to see it with the naked eye. Highly doubt it. Yeah. So I mean, it could be anywhere, guys. I mean, literally anywhere. But yeah. If I teleport back to the trader quick, I can show you the rubber duck and the money, because you'll be like, freak, I've got a problem with the money, and you don't. Right, so basically, if we go to the drop down arrow here, you'll see it says the cut money. If you go to cut money, there is no picture, okay? Right, the reason for this is because apparently it conflicts with something in Exile, and they don't know how to fix it. So therefore there is no picture. You can still use the tab. It is completely workable. It is fine. You know, there is nothing wrong with it. So I don't want to be hearing, I've got no picture, freak. Well, there is no picture, okay? But the next thing you're going to do is you get, when you buy the money, if I've got any on me, I don't know. If I go in my inventory a second. Yep. You have a picture in here, which I kind of don't understand it. So, yeah, it's weird, guys. All right, but yeah, this is the money that you get out of the crates, and you can sell these for 15,000 each. I think. Yep, 15,000 each. Obviously, I have put the price of these up as well, so people can't just go and buy the money and think, oh yeah, I'll just sell it on, because it's 75 grand for actually buying it, so it's pretty pointless really buying it. You just need to sell it. So 15 grand each, it's pretty reasonable. If there's 4 or 5 in there, I mean, I think there's 7 in one drop box. So I mean, that's quite a hefty amount of money. And then obviously if you get the rubber duck, wherever my rubber duck's gone, there it is, 750k. These are at 1.5 mil to buy themselves, so nobody's going to be daft enough to go buy a rubber duck, not unless they really want one on their base and just want to look stupid. But yeah, so if somebody gets hold of the rubber duck out of the box, I mean, you can change it, so there's 2 rubber ducks in there, or however many rubber ducks you want in a box. But yeah, so I hope you liked the video, guys. If you did, make sure you give it a like and a thumbs up. I'm sorry it's gone on a bit too long, but it is a bit of a hefty file to be able to put into your server. But yeah, if you do get any problems, guys, head over to my Discord and I will try and help you as much as I can. The link for that is up the top of my YouTube page on the right hand side, right next to the big fat donations button. Right, guys, I will see you in the next video. See ya later.